Narcissistic people, at least for me, have that 70% 15%. And I'm going to explain all of them. The 70% of was me being totally removed from love, right? I didn't know how. And it goes back to our childhood. I was shown love, but I wasn't told love. I love you. And so when it was said to me, I would freak out because it was something new to me, even though in 30, 35, 40, 45, 50 years old, if they don't know, they don't know. If they're not going through therapy to get help to understand love, they don't know. They don't. They can show you things, a great weekend, attention sometimes, very sexual sometimes. But the love part, if you want to hear it, it's not going to come from, it'll come from them, but I didn't know when I said I love you, I didn't feel anything. My ex-wife had to remind me one time years ago and said, Leon, you haven't told me you love me in a long time. And I was like, I was just embarrassed. And so I just didn't know what to say. So when I would say it, it would just roll off my tongue. I didn't feel anything. And it goes back to my childhood. And I didn't understand this until I went into therapy. And she said, well, Leon, is there something that you can love about her? And I had to think about that. And so I didn't know how. But now I do. If you don't go through therapy, if you don't think you have problems, or if you don't think you need help, these men and women, when it comes down to love, they're not going to understand. They are not. I don't care how old they are. So 70% of me was removed as far as the love is concerned. We're talking from 100%, and I'll talk about the other 30%. And so my childhood, and then I lost love. I lost ability to care. I felt like I was discarded at 11 years old. And so my heart was sealed. And that's going on with a lot of men and women in this world today. At 11 years old, I was done. Don't talk about love. Don't mention it. I didn't want to hear about it. I didn't want to discuss it. I can get into a relationship, but I could easily get out of one. I didn't have longevity. I didn't have staying power when it came to love. And so it was a struggle. And at 56 years old now, I'll be honest with you, had I not gone through therapy at 47, right, 9 years ago, I still wouldn't know love, how to say it, how to feel it, how to understand it. I would not know. Okay. And so it was that when I was with an empath or even just a good natured woman, and I was like, would you, couldn't handle it. I was like, would you stop loving me so much? And like, stop. I couldn't, it was like, it was pressure for me. They were too good for me. And I wanted what they wanted. I want what they had. I wanted their time, but it had to be under, what I was feeling and, how I was feeling. I wanted some time. I didn't want too much. I didn't want women to get too close to me. I was pushing them away by ghosting, silent treatment, not calling like when I was supposed to call, not keeping my word, lying, deceiving. And then I would be like, they say we don't have empathy. Right. But I understand empathy. Narcissistic people understand empathy because to be able to manipulate somebody and regulate their emotions, you have to understand empathy. Empathy means I understand how you feel. Others have felt that way. I understand how you feel. I felt that way. But for me, empathy was, I understand how you feel, and I leave it at that. So I did understand how she felt. All of the women I dated, I understood how they felt, but I wasn't going to act on it in a way that I had to love because I didn't. And so I had to mask that with the things that I was saying, the things I was doing, being, overbearing, overconfident, overcocky, all of that. And so the empathy part, narcissistic people understand empathy. They do. I believe that. So there's not something you can say, well, they don't have empathy, probably don't want to engage with empathy, they don't want to connect. I didn't. It was like, I understand how you feel, but what's up? It was just that simple. So I was sealed off. I sealed my heart at 11. I sealed my emotions at 11. I sealed my feelings at 11. I sealed my ability to care at 11. I didn't. It was like wiped out, gone. But I had other things to replace that so that a woman wouldn't know that I didn't care, but I would act like I was caring so that I can get her and keep her for a short period of time, Therapy helped me out. I needed therapy really, really bad. I'm glad I got it. The 70-15-15. 70-15-15. There will always be that 1, 2, or 3 women that the narcissistic man, or for the woman, the narcissistic, the woman that's like me, she will always have those 1, 2, or 3 men we always come back to those people because those are the ones that we connect with, but we still are afraid of the love and getting too close. That terrified me. I was like, it's too good. It was too, and women be like, what do you mean it's too good? It's too right. It's too pure. Because I came from after 11, I was so dysfunctional. Danger and dysfunction resonated with me. Nothing, love came second at all. It didn't come, right? Caring, being compassionate and passionate, it didn't come. The thrill of being in danger, the thrill of cheating, the thrill of lying felt better to me than being honest and truthful. Being honest and truthful is too pure and I didn't like it, okay? So it was like those 1, 2, or 3 women that I would always reach out to and talk to, those are the ones that could get to me. And I was like, well, I like you, but I don't want to fall in love. I'm scared. I'm afraid. Narcissistic people have fears of that. They do. I know I did. And so there's always that one that you're like, it's not going to work. And when I say it's not going to work, I don't even know why it's not going to work. I can't love you. I don't even know why I can't love you, but it was hard for me to let her go. It was a few women like that, not a lot. All the women that I dated and slept with, it was maybe 3 that I know for sure that I deeply connected to. And some of you are that woman for these men, and some of you men are that man for that woman. So don't feel bad when they just ghost you, or I know it hurts, it's painful, it's like you don't know what's going on, but don't feel bad because there are some women out here the 3 I know for sure that I really connected with, and I didn't do all of those things to them. And so the men out here that are wondering why she discarded you and how come she ghosted you and she don't like you, she probably does. She just feels like you're the one that she can get that close to and she's not ready. In my 20s, 30s, and even my 40s, I wasn't ready to commit and get close to a woman like that. I was terrified. Again, through therapy, I started understanding myself because I said, I don't trust her, but I couldn't trust myself. So I didn't know how to trust, but I knew that I would do wrong before she would do wrong, if she ever did wrong, They'll keep coming back. The 15%, you're going to get complete total hell. I would get angry. I would have outbursts. Girl, you tripping. Lisa, girl, Karen, what the fuck? That anger. And it was so intense that you be like, it would scare the women, and then that other 15% is going to be very intense. And this is what keeps you all locked in, because the little 15% that I'm giving you when it comes to being seductive and planning the weekend and eye contact and great conversation and talking and touching and sex and kissing, that's going to be so intense. It's going to feel like the 70% to you. So it's like, man, he does this to me. He talks to me. He listens to me. But that's only going to last for 3 or 4 days over a weekend, or it may last for a few weeks or a few months. And then you're like, wow, what's going on? This guy, he pays attention to me. He touches me. And don't dare tell me what the last guy didn't do, because that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to double down on that to bring you in even closer, to suck you in even more. And that's the seduction part of a narcissistic Leon, because, those 3 or 4 days that we together, that week or those few weeks, it's going to be intense. And I'm going to make sure that I'm touching you all over. I'm kissing you. I'm talking to you. I'm doing everything. And that's the love bombing phase. It is. So that 15% is going to feel like 70% to you. So my 70% of being removed is going to feel like 100% to me, because I'm giving you that solid, that intense, that sexual 15%, and you forget about the other 15% when I'm angry and having outbursts and going off and scaring you and then getting loud, and you don't know if you can trust me, and you want to see me but you don't. And so that's 70%, 15%, 15%. That's the breakdown, So it feels like 70% to you, because it's like it's so good to me, it feels great, he's talking to me. I never heard these things before. He's paying attention. He returns my text messages quickly, he calls, he emails, he checks on me, he brings me lunch. And then after a while, I'm going to die out. So it feels like 70% to you, so that's why women have a hard time. Like, I just can't let go. It's so good. But I'm not even telling you I'm loving you. I might tell you that, but I don't feel it. You don't realize that, because I'm showing you that intense 15% of seduction, of sex, of planning weekends, of holding your hand, of talking to you, eye contact, and you get sucked in. It's like, it's not fair to women, and to the good men out there. The women are doing it. There are a lot of women like me, not a lot, but the women like me that are doing it to the men. These are good men, and they're like, man, what do I do? How do I handle this? The best thing to handle a person like a Leon, this is narcissist, is you just can't deal with them, because you have to know up front where we come from. That's why you have to ask questions when you're dating a Leon. You have to, a male or female. And we'll lie in the beginning, and then it'll start to fade, because then we forget those lies. You tell a lie, you forget it, it changes. When you tell the truth, it stays the same. The truth is, I'm no good for you. The truth is, I'm not ready. The truth is, you're too much for me. The truth is, you're somebody that I can connect to, and I'm fearful of that, because I don't know how to love you from my childhood, And so that's just how it goes. But just make sure you don't stay too long, because after a while, that 15%, that intense seductive 15%, it's going to start to fade, and it goes into the anger phases, which sticks, because now I'm used to having you around. I got you locked in, and I get angry more. I put you down more. So 70%, 15%. Pay attention to it. You have a great day.